CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Miriam Valdez-Carletti.
Started as a grass fire in a dense subdivision area, and with the dry grass and dry trees and everything around that, it just caught and took.
An evacuation order has been issued for Woodlands County due to an out-of-control wildfire. Witnesses say they were just outside Whitecourt, where smoke could be seen billowing out of the sky. Good evening. It's been a tense evening for more than 100 people forced to evacuate their homes. Whitecourt's mayor says about 30 to 40 homes have been affected in the area. CTV's Jeremy Thompson spoke with some of the evacuees and has the latest.
Plane after plane releases its payload as low as possible over a plume of thick smoke, attacking a wildfire burning in Westridge, a subdivision of acreages just outside Whitecourt.
Doesn't seem to be quite as many dark places as there was, so I'm thinking hopefully they're getting a gain on it and contain it, so hopefully nobody loses anything.
Crowds of people watch the action from a service road along Highway 43. Devin Nichols and his family are watching especially closely. That's their house.
Oh, kind of anxious, honestly, right now. It's panic attack when I left work early. We rushed and got side-by-sides and toys out of the shop and all the vehicles out of there. We had Camaro in the garage and probably about 10 vehicles there, so had a couple buddies come out and hauled them all out of there.
He worries some people may have lost their homes. Officials did not provide a damage update. At about 500 square meters, it's a relatively small fire, but it's proven powerful, burning about 3.5 kilometers from Whitecourt.
Very dry. And with it being in the forest protected, like there are a lot of trees in that area. Nothing's greened up. You still have a lot of the underbrush and the deadfall around the area. It just went up like a tinderbox, unfortunately. About 100 people have registered at the evacuee reception center in Whitecourt, but the Reeve believes there are more evacuees than that. Fire crews will continue the fight overnight using night vision helicopters and a fire break. With winds pushing it east, officials say there's no immediate threat to the town of 11,000. Jeremy Thompson, CTV News, Whitecourt.
A trial began today for a woman accused in the death of a boy who was attacked by her 2 dogs 2 years ago. The boy was visiting his father at the time. As CTV's Nicole Weisberg reports, the first witness says he and his cat were also attacked by the dogs before the boy was killed.
In April 2024, Cash Grist was visiting his father at this South Edmonton home. His dad said at the time his son had just come back from the store and was letting his landlord's 2 dogs in from the yard when he was attacked.
To have to be the parent and find your child like that, you know, that's the hardest thing I've ever been through in my whole life.
3 months later, the dog's owner, Crystal Jean McDonald, was charged with criminal negligence causing death. She pleaded not guilty. Her trial began today. An agreed statement of facts says Grist died of a dog bite injury to his neck. It also says the 2 dogs responsible were Cane Corsos that were 109 and 124 pounds. The first witness used to live in McDonald's basement. Jesse Woodruff says 2 months after moving in, he was attacked while playing with the dogs on the floor. He says it started playfully, but quickly escalated with both dogs on top of him, biting and scratching. He told the court, "I saw muscle coming out of my leg and I started screaming that I needed to go to the hospital." He says he received 6 stitches, antibiotics, and other medical treatment. He says McDonald promised to get a second kennel for the dogs and more training. Woodruff says 2 months later, the dogs charged the basement door while he was walking a friend out. He says one managed to get a hold of his cat. He says he and Grist's father were punching the dog before it released the cat. He testified, "I was in the car within a minute to get her into the vet down the road, where I was told she had already passed." He says he reported the attack to police and moved out a few weeks later.
The Crown is expected to wrap up its case by the end of the week. The witnesses expected to testify include the boy's father and a person who says their small dog was also killed by these 2 dogs. Reporting from the law courts, Nicole Weisberg, CTV News.
RCMP have charged a Sherwood Park man with murder. RCMP say they were called Friday to an apartment building where a man was injured in the hallway. Police say he had been stabbed. EMS tried to save him, but he died. RCMP say another man who lives in the building was arrested. The 31-year-old man is now facing a second-degree murder charge. RCMP Major Crimes has taken over the investigation. Hundreds of Calgarians listened to the case for Canadian unity at a sold-out speaking engagement tonight. Nonprofit organization Build Canada hosted the Case for a United Canada. Former Alberta Premier Jason Kenney and Calgary Confederation MP Corey Hogan were the night's speakers. They discussed Alberta alienation and the benefits of keeping the country together in front of about 150 guests.
There's a lot of Albertans, maybe 1 in 4, who are saying this is a chance to send Ottawa a message, we're ticked off, maybe this is how we get leverage.
This morning, a government committee met to discuss the future of the Forever Canadian petition. About 439,000 people signed to keep Alberta part of Canada, but the Premier has said the petition wording was unclear and required a UCP-led committee to determine its next steps. That group could direct a government to table policy or hold a referendum. Instead, what it did today was adjourn before any final decisions were made. There is still no referendum question on separation guaranteed to be on a ballot come October. But the Premier said today she's confident if one meets all the requirements, there's still time to add it to the list. Legislation is coming this fall to give the province more power over bike lanes. The Transportation Minister says his government wants cities to justify where they build bike lanes using data. As CTV's Jeremy Thompson reports, the new legislation could prevent future bike lanes and have some existing ones removed.
It's been 4 years since City Council dedicated $100 million to build bike lanes.
Some of the bigger projects are happening this year, like Bonnie Doon, Grosvenor, and 95 Ave. So I think people will start to see a lot more.
Aaron Budnick says better bike lanes give more people the confidence to try cycling to work or for fun. He says they're also good for drivers.
We're growing fast. The city added roughly the size of Red Deer over 2 years. If we don't build alternatives to driving, we're going to end up with Toronto's traffic.
Some Edmontonians disagree. People who live near a number of new bike lanes have brought their concerns over parking and traffic flow to the province.
As a provincial government, we have no qualms with bike lanes if they're put in proper places.
Transportation Minister Devin Dreeshen says his government is going to help determine where cities can build bike lanes. He says legislation coming this fall will require cities study traffic impacts and estimate how many people will use a bike lane before a new one is built. It could also lead to existing lanes being torn out.
Everything's on the table right now. So we're looking at obviously proactively trying to stop bike lanes that don't make sense, but retroactively going through where bike lanes have been put in place.
City staff already consider traffic impacts when deciding where to build bike lanes, including on 132nd Avenue. Minister Dreeshen criticized that project last summer for going from 4 lanes of traffic to 2.
I do worry about the conversation around retroactive changes because that there's a significant cost that could be associated to that.
Mayor Andrew Knack is an avid cyclist. After meeting with Minister Dreeshen, he's satisfied new legislation will focus more on backing up future bike lanes with data.
I would agree with the minister. We're not looking to take away lanes of traffic on busy arterial roadways. That's not how the City of Edmonton has been doing this.
The legislation is expected to be tabled in the fall session, which begins in late October. Jeremy Thompson, CTV News, Edmonton.
A West End section of the Whitemud is expanding after years of congestion and collisions. The project is a partnership between 3 different governments. They're calling the construction historic. CTV's Evan Kenny reports.
Every one of us deserves a safer road.
The province, the city, and Enoch Cree Nation are expanding this section of Whitemud Drive.
With about 400,000 new drivers in the last 6 years, there's more and more drivers on Alberta roads.
It's a busy, bumpy, narrow stretch of road with almost no shoulder. It will go from 2 to 4 lanes for nearly 2.5 kilometers between Winterburn Road and 231st Street.
Safety has been an issue in this region. and there's been far too many fatalities, and so that was one of the reasons to prioritize to getting this project done.
We've heard from West End residents when I was a councillor, really from the first day I was a councillor 12 and a half years ago, that this type of work was needed for this road.
The project will cost nearly $28 million, with each party paying a third.
We know this is going to be beneficial for safety. We also know it's going to be beneficial for the movement of goods and people, and that's why these types of investment matter.
Companies will do the work, with the nation acting like a contractor.
This project shows that it is possible to build together. It is possible to share the table equally.
Trees have already been cleared and construction will begin this spring. The project is expected to be complete in 2027.
It's really encouraging and exciting for the development of the West End.
The province has plans to continue the Whitemud expansion west all the way to Stony Plain. Evan Kenny, CTV News, Edmonton.
The province is spending more than $380 million on new advanced skills center at NAIT. The province says the new space will support 5,500 additional apprenticeships in fields like construction, transportation, manufacturing, and energy. The center will combine multiple programs under one roof to mirror work sites where plumbers, electricians, carpenters, and more work together. The province says it will provide hands-on experience and direct pathways into the workforce.
The Advanced Skills Centre will support collaboration across 29 programs and create flexible learning environments that allow students to train side by side across trades and technologies. It would also help expand opportunities for youth, newcomers, women, and Indigenous learners to explore careers in the skilled trades.
Early site work will begin this spring, with construction beginning next year. The center will open in 2030. 9 students from across Alberta were celebrated by the Lieutenant Governor today for their academic success. A familiar face was also helping out.
He's demonstrated exceptional self-motivation and dedication to learn.
Our Josh Clausen was emceeing today's Lieutenant Governor of Alberta Student Awards ceremony. It honors students who showcase leadership, school achievement, and perseverance. Local grade 6 student Natalia Harris was one of the winners.
Being able to help, always ready to put themselves out there, and I don't know, strive for the good, strive for the better.
The 9 students also received a one-time bursary of $500 to put towards their future education. Edmonton Elks training camp is underway. The team is going into the season with high expectations.
This isn't a team that, we just want to make the playoffs. We just want to make a run. We want to win a Grey Cup, and this roster is good enough to win a Grey Cup. And for me, you only have so many years left. So I'm in the business of winning games, and I'm in the business of winning Grey Cups. And so you talk about it day one, and then after that, you focus on how do we get better to get to that end goal.
The team is currently working out at Clark Stadium on Sundays. The Elks finished last in the West Division last season, and the team says it's ready to surge up the standings. Several new players have been added to the roster on both defensive and offensive lines. Head coach Mark Killam says since taking the job a year ago, the team's culture has started to change.
There's way more clarity. Everyone understands, what we're trying to build this on, what we want our identity to be. That stuff's out of the way. Now we can that's why we wanted to have a practice the way that we wanted to, so that we can start there, so that we can take the lead.
The Elks' first preseason game is May 23rd in Vancouver. They open the regular season on the road in Ottawa June 6th, and the home opener is June 20th. Coming up next, a Mother's Day boat cruise takes a turn in the River Valley. Also just ahead, police warning of a fraud scheme involving private car sales.
There'll be always one person who is rushing to get somewhere, and they need to make a deal right now.
As far as the weather for today into tomorrow, the wind eases. Warmer temperatures coming our way for the next couple of days, and then late week we start to see our temperature drop off, and we could see some showers all ahead of the long weekend. I will have all those details, plus Whitecourt's wind forecast coming up in a short bit.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
The Edmonton Riverboat is docked and waiting for repairs after a mechanical failure on Mother's Day left around 200 passengers stranded. The riverboat's owner says yesterday during the last cruise of the day, a hydraulic pump stopped functioning properly. He says while the boat was still running, the captain beached it and called for help. Edmonton Fire Rescue says all passengers were safely evacuated by around 7:30 last night. The riverboat's owner says they hope to have all repairs finished and be back up and running by Thursday night. Police are warning Albertans about a fraud scheme involving private car sales. Police say it involves a group of 2 or 3 men posing as buyers. While distracting the seller, they would tamper with the vehicle and point out a damaged head gasket or oil leak. They would then pressure the car owner into selling the vehicle for far less than it's worth.
There'll be always one person who is rushing to get somewhere and they need to make a deal right now. And there'll be 2 people trying to be in the personal space and try to coerce into making a sale, while one person has time to go under the hood and inspect the vehicle. And while they're inspecting the vehicle, they're actually tampering with the coolant.
To date, 13 sellers have been identified in Edmonton, Calgary, Sherwood Park, Leduc, and Thorsby. Police say none of the sellers were aware they had been duped. 6 men are facing a combined 33 charges. 4 of them are wanted on Alberta-wide warrants. An Edmonton man is warning others about another kind of distraction theft.
I would call it a sleight of hand trick. A magic trick that I didn't like being on the end of.
The man says last week he sold a high-end Dell laptop to another man in the food court at Southgate Mall. He says he counted $4,500 in cash twice, and when he wasn't looking, the man switched the envelope. The second envelope contained 2 fake $50 bills and pieces of paper. Rick went to security and filed a police report. He now wants to warn others.
I was super embarrassed, super ashamed. I didn't want to tell anybody. But if we don't all stick together and start telling each other what's happening out there, this is how they get away with this more and more often.
EPS says you should meet up at police stations when buying or selling items online. The Edmonton Radial Railway Society is gearing up for another streetcar season. The society says service will start on the high-level bridge this Friday and at Fort Edmonton Park Saturday. Fort Edmonton is adding the Regina 42 train to its regular rotation of passenger cars. The society says the high-level bridge is also adding card payment options for tickets. After saying it would shut down operations earlier this year, a decades-old Edmonton tow company is back in business. Cliffs Towing announced its permanent closure in January after 70 years of service. It's since reopened under Guardium Group, a company that offers its own operations called Guardium Towing Services. The group says this new leadership will expand heavy-duty towing and specialized recovering capabilities. Cliffs Towing website says it's now operating at full capacity 24/7. Vehicles impounded before January can be released Monday to Friday between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. A popular U.S. burger chain is now open in Alberta. The first customer began lining up at 4:30 this morning for the grand opening of Shake Shack at Calgary's Chinook Centre. The chain started as a hot dog cart in a park in New York in 2001. It has since grown to more than 400 locations worldwide. There are 5 locations in the Toronto area. This one is the first in Western Canada.
Canada's actually was the #1 requested location across the world for Shake Shack, and ever since we opened in Toronto a couple years ago, Calgarians have been finding ways to let us know they're ready for us in every which way. So we're thrilled to be able to open today.
Well, to be honest with you, it's just based off of the marketing campaign that they did, and if we're looking at it from the standpoint of what Chick-fil-A did, we're like, hey, this seems like a good opportunity, right?
The new location features some Alberta exclusive menu items like the Prairie Berry Shake featuring Saskatoon berries. After the break, how a local bike swap is gearing up for the summer.
We thought we would come here and maybe get a used bike instead of purchasing new this time around.
Country singer Corb Lund is touring the province for two reasons, music and to rally opposition to coal mining in the Rockies. He joins us Tuesday, plus the importance of filling out your census by the deadline.
Programming brought to you by Alberta iGaming Corporation. For integrity, for fun, for Alberta.
Well, wind was a big story in weather today, whether it was for us here in Edmonton or in and around Whitecourt with the wildfire not too far out of the city there. Wind, the good thing is it is going to ease as we continue throughout the evening and be light for tomorrow. We'll take a look at the wind forecast coming up for Whitecourt in a short bit. First, let's take a look at Edmonton, what we saw today. Our high, we made it up to 19. Average seasonal high is 18. So where does that put us on the calendar for May so far? Right around average seasonal high. So 1 day so far around normal. We've got 8 days above normal and 2 days below. As far as Tuesday and Wednesday, we'll be adding to above normal. Then after that, we fall below. So the trend does show that we will see our temperature rise as we go throughout the next couple of days and then drops off for the long weekend. Today's high again for us here in Edmonton was 19, 15 Slave Lake, Peace River 20, and Fort McMurray was one of the warm spots in the province at 22. Now, the maximum wind gust for us here in Edmonton was 44 kilometers per hour, 60 in Red Deer, 56 Calgary, Whitecourt, 56. So their wind was stronger in Whitecourt than what we saw here in Edmonton. The good thing is their wind will ease as we go throughout tomorrow morning. Light throughout much of the province, a little bit stronger to the east, but the stronger winds will stay off mostly into Saskatchewan. We'll see some gustier conditions along the Saskatchewan border, but then continuing to ease. But the good thing is for us in areas north and especially to the northwest, on the light side for tomorrow. So that will help in aiding the firefight in and around Whitecourt. So that is good news. Tomorrow morning, we start off at 7, 8 Grand Prairie, 9 in Peace River. For tomorrow, the highs, we've got 20s for temperatures above 20 for Vegreville, Cold Lake, and Lac La Biche. Fort McMurray, 22. Whitecourt, 21 for tomorrow. And again, wind light. To the south, a little bit warmer, especially towards Calgary, 24, and Lethbridge, 26. For us here in Edmonton, our high is 24, wind light, mainly sunny, 25 on Wednesday, and then Thursday our temperature starts to drop off. We could see some scattered showers, and that's the case as we go throughout Saturday as well. Slight chance of showers, only a high of 9. But heading out of the long weekend, a little bit of a recovery, 15 for Sunday and 16 on Monday. Good thing is, no snow on this long weekend.
An Alberta couple has created a bike swap for buyers looking for quality wheels at a decent price. The event has grown so big they took over a hangar at the Aviation Museum this weekend. CTV's Connor Hogg reports.
There weren't really too many people in the line yet, eh?
Derek Steiger and Sally Hansen arrived at the Alberta Aviation Museum early Saturday morning.
We thought we would come here and maybe get a used bike instead of purchasing new this time around.
They're the first in line for the Edmonton bike swap, so they'll be ready to go for a season of road biking.
We like to go on the highways and whatnot instead of the cities and get more exercise and try to adopt a healthier lifestyle.
Something to do together?
Getting more people riding bikes is one of the reasons Chris and Laura Grant hold bike swaps like this one, as well as providing people a safer place to buy and sell than on third-party websites.
People who have had bikes and just don't want to go through the online stuff.
We're thorough. They know that we have a significant enough rejection rate.
Motivated sellers.
The first part of the day is spent inspecting the bikes, running their serial numbers. Some will be sold and some will be donated. All of them have to be ready for New Bike Day.
It's probably the most positive energy you could ever have in your entire life.
The Grants say they expect to see a record number of bikes swapped. They believe cycling is becoming more fashionable for economic reasons.
Have you seen the price of gas?
I bet you there will be more people looking to commute, looking for commuter bikes today, but there are an awful lot of people looking for the health benefits of a bicycle.
Laura Grant credits those health benefits with keeping her going after an MS diagnosis in 1980.
What have impacted me after I woke up from my coma was blindness more than anything. So whenever I wasn't blind, I rode my bike. That's what got me here.
As eager Edmontonians walk their new rides to the register.
It's just something to let you get away from the busyness of work and life and so forth. So anyone can pick it up, really.
They say they can't wait to hit the summer highway together. Connor Hogg, CTV News, Edmonton.
We return to our top story of an evacuation order for Woodlands County due to an out-of-control wildfire.
This year, having it in our back door, people's homes, people's livelihoods, stuff that people work towards. It's all in the air right now as to what's safe and what's not.
The province says the wind conditions is moving east away from the town of Whitecourt. The evacuation orders covers the area of Highway 43 between West Ridge Subdivision east to and including Range Road 111A. Everyone in the area must leave immediately and register at the Evacuation Reception Center at the Allen and Jean Miller Center. You can also find updated information on the Alberta Emergency Alert website or app. And that's our show for this evening. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good night.